G'day guys, how's it going? All right, the old clutch bypass trickaroony. That's what we're doing in this video. So, DR650, you turn the bike on, it's in neutral, you try to start it, nothing happens. What you got to do is pull the clutch in and then you can start it. Except in this case, my little clutch thing here is buggered and I just want to bypass it. There's a few reasons why you want to bypass it, but let me just, I'll show you the bit that we're talking about. Rightio, so we've got our clutchy clutch thing. This is the little piece here that we're talking about. That normally lives in there. But mine, over the years, has buggered up and it pulls out, and now I've lost the spring out of it, and it just, even if I whack it in there, it doesn't work anymore. So what we want to do is basically just bypass this bit. A really easy job to be done. A job that should be done in a matter of minutes, which is always the famous last bloody words. Now, I was recently on a ride. Max is still all bloody dusty and dirty. And I had this, it played up on me, and that's what made me go, right, I've got to get this done. And also, Full Pelt Pete, I'll put a link to in the description, his video, he actually does this. So the night before the ride, he put up that video, I saw it, I went, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I had the problem. Anyway, so why would you want to do this? Obviously, if you get a dodgy thing, that just bypasses it. The other thing is, if you're getting old or you want to be a rebel, having to pull that in every time to start it can be a pain in the ass. Now, it is a safety system. If you were, now, I'm not going to sell this bike, I'm keeping it forever. So I'm just going to get rid of it in total, remove the wire. You can leave the wire in there and still do this bypass, so that if you did sell it or whatever, the next person, or you could just easily put this back. There's no cutting of wires or anything like that, because you will need it for a roadworthy. If you take this to get a roadworthy and it doesn't have that, and the mechanic is doing everything that they should do, they will say, no, you can't have a roadworthy because that has been altered. So just keep that in mind. Righto, let's just get this job done. Rightio, simply take this off. Boom, look at that, simple as that. One Phillips head screwdriver. Righto, let's bring you over here. So all we've got to do, guys, is find that little wire there, follow it back, and I'm taking mine all the way out, so I'm taking the whole thing out. And there you go. So you've got yellow and green wire, two of them. One goes in one side of the loom and the other into the other side. Simply pull those out like that. Now, if you were going to keep this here, basically just for tidiness, just whack that in like that and just keep that tucked in there. Boom, job done. So these two here, where we pulled them out, all you got to do is join those together, and it's really great because there's no cutting of wires, it just all fits together. Make sure that's in there like that. There we go, job done. Now for me, I'm going to pull all this out because I don't need it. This is dodgy, so get rid of it. So that's it, guys, that's the job done. Just put your screen back on and away you go. So let's see if this has worked. So all I got to do is turn the ignition on. Now my neutral light's not on, so let's put that into neutral. I'm not going to pull the clutch on, this should just start up. Ripper. Woo, noisy. So that's it, it's worked, done deal. Now let's see what happens. Now if you forget that you're not in neutral, you're in first or in gear, if we start this up while that's in gear, what's going to happen? Because I tell you what, if you're on the side of a hill or even at the local supermarket, at a cafe, and you start this up and launches into somebody else's bike, a car, or just launches and you know, you're off kilter and you fall over and you make a bloody dick of yourself. Not a good bloody thing, especially if you're on the side of a mountain and you go off a cliff. That's not a good thing. So I'm going to just give myself a bit of room. Turn that on. I'm going to put it in. So it's in first. Let's just say no clutch, although I will keep my hand on the clutch. Boom, that's what's going to happen. It's going to jump back. Now we'll give that a bit more of a kick and just watch what happens. Yeah, so as soon as, if it fires, that's when it's really going to launch off on you. So there you go. Make sure if you do this job that you either pull the clutch in, because it is a good thing, but I know I'm getting older, and when you're out there fighting all day, bloody riding rough tracks and pulling that bloody clutch in, and I'm a bit of a shit because a real bad habit of mine is grabbing a fistful. I should be doing either the 2 fingers or the 1 finger. And nearing the end of the day, my hand gets really sore. So if I can alleviate having to do that every time I want to start it, you know what I'm talking about. So there we go, guys. That is one DR650 clutch bypass. That little bugger there, it is gone. I'm going to hang on to it. I hate bloody throwing things out, even though that's a bit dodgy. Remember, if you are going to sell this bike or whatever at some stage, you know, you're not going to hang on to it, make sure you keep that there so that you can always put that back for when you go to sell it and you need to get a roadworthy, or for the next bloke that bloody gets the bike, it's there. He can join him back up and hey presto, you're all good. So big thanks to Full Pelt Pete for doing that video and showing me how easy that job was and how timely that he did that video. Bloody ripper. Righto, and remember, that's a safety thing, so just keep that in your mind, because at certain points, if you start that when it's in gear and it takes off, like I said, if you're on the side of a cliff, you know, we do tracks like that, you could bloody kill yourself, so just remember that. Righto guys, remember, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.